Each day we strive to make it Black home, Black to the future, Black in one piece. Where being Black is a bop, like a song we replay every 3 minutes and 30 seconds of every day. Where being Black is a vibe, all the time. You're listening to TMBP Media with your host, Dr. Tasha. Welcome back to Black in One Piece. I'm your host, Dr. Tasha. Today we have with us Collette Atkinson. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to just put myself on blast. I was pronouncing Colette's name incorrectly, and she said she wasn't going to correct me. Listen, at the Millennial Black Professor, we want to make sure we get everyone's name right. So it's Collette Atkinson.
Heavy on the O.
Yes. Thank you for letting me know that. To kick us off, can you share with me anything you think is important for the people to know before we jump into this conversation?
I like a good laugh. I speak in song lyric, and I just like to have a good time. People tell me that I am more community-oriented than I thought I was. I was an entertainment chair for Juneteenth CT. That was pretty awesome. I've done a lot of different things. I've had my own musical. I call it Showtime Sounds. I get local talent together, and we perform at different venues. We started our coffee house. Thank you, Angelo, for giving us our start. And then we went to Doma. So before Doma closed, we had something in July, all the way through December, every single month. I do a lot of volunteering through schools. My kids, I am the mom that's always there. So I've got like a golden apple. I do a lot of different things. Yeah. Anytime people need me, I usually will say yes.
It's interesting to hear you say that you don't see yourself as in the community, because when I was preparing for this interview, I was like, okay, it's on my paper right here, y'all. I got, she involved with youth, supporting small businesses. She out here at cultural events. But it's just interesting how we see ourselves differently than others.
So true.
Defrost question. Who would you want to play you in a biopic?
My daughter. She knows my mannerisms. She knows what I'll say, what I'll do. And I think she would be good.
I love that. Where do you consider home?
Home. I'm born and raised here.
Okay.
ICT, girl.
I gotta ask.
This is the only place I've ever lived in my entire life. And this is home. This is home.
We're going to jump into the meat and potatoes if you're ready. Okay. How do you self-identify in terms of race and ethnicity?
That's a loaded question. To me, it is. I identify as African American. I'm Black. I did not grow up around a whole lot of Black people. I got my first real taste of being Black when my parents sent us to the Boys and Girls Club in the 7th grade. And we were scared straight. But it was awesome. I was able to see kids that look like me. I love our music. I love our culture. So I am Black.
How would you define Blackness?
Seasoned. Well thought of. There's rhythm, there's pain, there is action.
Peak Blackness, when you are like, I love us. I love being Black. What is one of those moments for you?
I love being Black. I love dancing. Anything that makes us laugh where we're in our element, just having fun.
Have there ever been moments where you've wanted to be anything other than Black?
I remember being a kid, and there were these two pretty light-skinned girls at church. And I'm like, they have full lips, and I just remember riding in the back seat of my mom's car wishing that I was light-skinned. Growing up, a lot of my friends were Hispanic. So I'm like, I wish I knew how to speak Spanish. I wish I could coexist in that space. Sometimes I did wish that I was something else. Yeah.
Share how you would describe your own skin complexion and hair and any additional ways they've played a role in your lived experience.
My friends always tell me, see my color chart. You know how we all have a color spectrum. What I see is dark skin. I think I'm dark skinned. And my friend's like, you're not dark skinned. You're brown. Girl, I'm dark skinned. I love summertime tans. I don't burn, but I do get dark. I would say brown, dark skin. Now, hair is another thing because I do hair. Well, I did hair for the longest. So most times you see me, I will not have the same hair. But I did a vision board this year. My plan was to try to use my real hair more often. I have not embraced it. I've been natural since 2015, but no one would know that because it never stays out for more than a little. That's about it. I know that our hair is magic. I love playing in natural hair because there's different textures. How it curls, you just need water. I like how the curl at the bottom, after you curl it, it'll move by itself. I love the magic of our hair. I know there's strength in it, but I also know the confidence lies in it as well. I haven't made it to the point where I'm confident with mine. I haven't worked up to that just yet.
What aspects of your life do you think have impacted the way that you see Blackness? Some people say church or family. When you think about not being ready just yet to break out with your natural hair? Are there any things in particular that you feel impact that?
Absolutely. I feel like it's becoming more acceptable in church. I was born and raised. I go to Chisholm Trail Church of Christ. Mm-hmm. My parents come from an Air Force family, so very structured. And natural hair was never a thing. Maybe when they were in the 70s and my parents had afro. Since I've been around, that was not the case. It was permed. It was flat iron, pressed. I've tried to rock a fro. And my daddy was like, when are you going to do your hair? I'm like, it took a long time to get these curls. I love the brutal honesty, but the work up to that confidence, corporate America as well. I've had different comments, like if I try something wild, they're like, oh, it look like your finger, put your finger in it, you know, or don't do colors. What is this color? So many questions in regards to my hair. So I tried to keep it mellow. So weekends, sometimes you'll see the lock crochets or something, but by Monday, Tuesday, I'm gonna have something else in there because I don't want those conversations. I would never walk up to somebody and be like, oh, I like your hair better this way. Right. But
even we might be thinking it, but
I would think it, but I would never quite hit the end of my tongue. I wouldn't. Yeah. So I just I think more cautious about how I present in those spaces as opposed to if I'm just around my friends and family.
Okay. Do you think that perspective of Blackness has changed over time?
Definitely has changed over time. Totally. I feel like I kind of landed as a stereotype. I'm a teen mom. I'm proud of my baby. I'm proud that she's here. God chose me to bring her here. So those stereotypes, I try to ride within those lanes, but it makes me very cautious. It makes me maybe not be as loud and proud as I could be.
If you had to describe what being Black in this world is, what is that experience in terms of how you have to show up or how you do show up on a day-to-day?
I feel always on. I have to be prepared at all times. I don't feel I have the luxury to be soft. In workspaces, if I cry, and I don't cry all the time, mine is like when I reach a point. It could take 6 to 7 months to get to that point. I'm quiet till I'm not. If I show emotion, she's angry or she hates this space. That's not the case. I just need you to hear me. I have to always be on alert. I just never quite know what they think that I'm thinking. People that really know me, I'm probably the biggest softie in the world. I'm never going to set out to hurt.
You know Connie Mansell. We recently presented at a conference about Black women's emotional labor in the workplace. And it's exactly what you're talking about, because it's also the other extreme where if you aren't showing any emotion, especially when we were fully remote on teams, you can't win for losing, basically. Like,
what do you want from me, Tyrese?
What? I'm going to have to insert that.
No wonder a lot of us stroke out. We have health issues because we're pushed to all limits. The cortisol levels in my body, they probably capital letters. I think about the work at home, 8 to 5, and I go home and I'm well rested and I have support. I'm a single parent. I'm just kicking the day back off once I leave this space. So I'm already high energy when I leave, and then I have to show up as my full self, 100%. Show love. I'm the nurturer. I'm the disciplinarian. I'm all those spaces, all those things. So I'm like, I think it's exhausting. I wouldn't say bit off more than I could chew because I know God doesn't give you more than what you can handle. But I do feel at times like there has to be an off button. There should be.
It makes me think. You remember that movie? I can't think of the name of it, but it was with Adam Sandler and he could fast forward and rewind. I think of that movie often because I'm like, man, it's sometimes when I wish I could fast forward through some stuff, but also pause.
Redo. Rewind and redo.
I just be wanting to pause. Just pause. Because it's so much. But anyway.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm going to have to Google it.
We have to look that up. I used to work at the Dillon's video stores. I can see the front of the VHS tape.
Yeah.
He's holding a remote.
I can't think of it. But, okay, so with that kind of laborious, or is it laborious? I have to edit that out.
They're cousins.
But with the labor that comes with being Black, a Black woman, how do you show up? How do you display your Blackness on a day-to-day?
I show up just as me. Like, some days me is quiet and very tamed. Other days me is silly and happy. I try to make sure people have a good interaction. That's not going to be always. But I want to leave this world better than I found it. I want people to feel good in my space. If it's in my cube at work, if it's at my house, I want you to feel better when you leave.
That's good. Would you say Blackness and Black culture are the same or different and why?
I'll say that. Maybe they're cousins.
I love that. Because you know how we are about cousins. So
I think culture is what is mimicked. I think culture is what other people feel like they try to get a dialect to sound like us, to dress like us. Blackness, that's something that you can't explain. That's how you show up. It chose us. We didn't choose this.
And that's a fact.
chose
Okay.
us.
But I would choose it again and again.
I think about that sometimes. If you had the option to choose, would you choose? Knowing what comes with it. Whether it be the police brutality, whether it be the afro you can't comb through after you wash it, would that be a choice?
All day, every day. What about you?
I think at this point in my life, yes. But in the past, I probably would have questioned, like, oh, no.
It is a lot, but I love it. I love being Black. We talked briefly before we started about how current events had me get to this place where I was saying, every day we're just trying to make it Black home, Black to the future, Black in one piece. And that's when I really knew I got to talk to a whole bunch of Black people and see what does it mean. So now I pose that question to you.
I'm going to answer this as a mother. I got to tell you the background story. I'm on an ERG at work, and we just had a call today at 10 o'clock, and we were talking about experiences we can understand. So just this past weekend, me and my friend, we did a flea market out east, and there was a little boy. My son goes with us. We're trying to teach him sales acumen. So there's a little boy at the booth next to us, and he had like a trainer knife. He's just flicking it, and my son was like, I want one. And me being the pleasing mama, I'm going to go get my baby a knife. And then I see him flicking that thing around. I'm like, give me that. Give me that. Rewind. And he was like, Mommy, why can't I have it? That doesn't fair. He gets to have it. Why can't he have it? And I'm like, because you're different. It got to me all day. I'm like, dang. And another lady came up. She was at the booth behind us. And she was like, your son said that he has a knife, but you wouldn't let him play it. And I was like, good. And it just gave me the itchy twitchies because y'all didn't say anything to the little boy that was with him that has one. But why would it be different for him? We're in the car. And of course, we have that one-on-one conversation. She's like, Mommy, why? It's not fair. Why can't I? Why can't I? And I was like, I'm going to show you when we get home. He forgot about it, thank God. But then the next day, he brings it up. So it's Sunday. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to show you a situation where Black in one piece. He didn't make it back in one piece. Tamir Rice. And my baby's 8. And I'm like, I hate that I had to show him that example. But I'm just like, toy gun, gone. 2 seconds. I don't ever want anybody to miss you're a little boy and you're playing with this knife. You're trying to hurt us. He's like, it's not even sharp. And I get that. In a fair world, you could play just right along with little boy, but you can't in this space. I just want my baby to make it back home to me. All the things I had to go through to get him here, to sustain, to make sure he's a healthy Black man, I want him back Black in one piece.
Yes. Ooh,
girl.
That is powerful. You mentioned being active with the youth in other ways. Can you share why it's important for you to be involved in those aspects of the community and how you feel your Blackness shows up in those spaces, or if it in any way motivates you to continue to do that kind of work?
I wish I had the confidence at 20 that I feel like I'm building now. So how can I pour into people so that they can find their treasure early on? Anyway, in that space that I can help like promote, that I can share. I'm a shareaholic on Facebook. Just try to help people find their thing early on so that they don't live life with regrets. So community is big to me, and I think it pays back without the actual money dividends. I want to be what I wish I had coming up. I volunteer for junior achievement. I go to schools. I did my son's school last year. They are able to identify a Black woman in that space that can teach about financial literacy to children. With my daughter, I volunteer for anything that she was a part of. They're able to see a supportive parent. I was there. I was present, asking questions, making sure they knew I was available. You're not going to get on my baby without it running through me first.
The first few guests of the podcast, one of them, I believe, has children, but we didn't get into the topic of parenting and children and Blackness. Before we round things off, I want to go a little bit further into that. Things you've had to keep at the forefront or keep in mind, or how being Black influences your parenting style, if at all, how you think your Blackness and Black culture show up in your parenting.
I am a black mama. I discipline. I speak up on things as it happens. I don't say it's nagging, but my daughter might say it's nagging. But I'm like, I'm going to catch you before it becomes a real issue. I make sure they know that they are beautiful, just the way they were birthed. You are enough. My babies are not the lightest. My son is lighter than the rest of us. But I'm like, I want them to both know that they are beautiful. Being proud to be black. I make sure if I'm involved in anything, you usually see one of them on the stage with me. My parents met in Japan, Air Force. So they don't have a lot of stories. My dad had a lot more rough stories, like North Carolina. My mom, not so much. She didn't have the hard walk. So I'm pathing my own journey to explain what black means to my little family. I'm proud to be black. I want them kids to walk around with their fists in the air, just happy. Prove to everybody your hair is beautiful. Don't talk down on my hair. Don't talk down on my lips. My daughter, growing up, they would talk about her lips being darker. I'm like, that's beautiful, because when you get older, put some lip gloss on them things. You don't even need eyeliner.
Yep. She gonna be singing Lil Mama. Is that Lil Mama?
It is.
Yeah.
My lip gloss is
Yeah.
But it's real.
Yeah.
It is real. I think there's so many little things that we encounter. So I'm trying to leave those like little gems to let them know you don't have to question that. I know my son's going to be a big dude. Like, I know it. And I don't want him to think he has to act any different. I want him to walk with the air of confidence where no one will be able to knock that down.
Yeah. This has been great. Is there anything else that you want to share?
I think it's very important that we can make it back in one piece. There's so many things that are coming at us, relationship-wise, work-wise, just to have a space where you can feel like I'm enough. I can give to the next person coming up after me in one piece. You'll be able to give more, see more, just live.
Is there anything that you are working on right now that you want to share with the audience or let them know where they can find you?
I would have been expected to go to college, like right after high school.
Gotcha.
I wound up getting pregnant. So I didn't go to college until I was working for a while. Probably 2008, I'd start and stop. I got my associates in 2020. Long time to get there. My dad was funny. He was like, oh, it took you 17 years to get a 2-year degree.
Parents will do that to you, you know?
But we made it.
Yes.
We made it. Yeah, so I just have my associates right now. I have visited with WSU about going back and doing a bachelor's. But right now, I don't know.
And that's fine. You thriving anyway. I would say, don't say just. You have an associates, and that's amazing.
That's
so,
thank you.
Yes.
I received that. So right now, I am trying to figure out next steps. Maybe I've put it in the atmosphere and it'll happen. I would love to have my own space. I had this whole concept, and I'd appreciate Christina Long for speaking life in. She was like, quit saying you guess. It's a good idea. Do it. And I'm like, now I'm just trying to figure out the tools to get there and do it. I see you with Left on Red. That gives me like encouragement. Like, you can do those things that you dream of. God put it on my heart for a reason. I'm going to give myself like 3 years, and I want to make something happen on my own. Where we're doing musical events, I want my own space.
Y'all heard it here.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed this conversation with you, getting to know you a little bit better.
Yes.
Until next time, stay black in one piece.